This is Carl Eller, and you're watching the One Bar and Lepagas show.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I'm One Bar with Lupagus, and we are going to be previewing the Cowboys at the Vikings on Halloween night.
It is going to be one scary matchup as these two teams. I know, Clyde, I know it's Halloween, but this may be more like the 4th of July because there's a lot of fireworks in this game.
I hope those fireworks are purple and yellow. I can't wait. Vikings have been off for a week now. We're back in it. 500. Let's do this.
Yeah, we'll hop into this real quick. Before we do that, be sure to remember this episode is brought to you by WinView Games, the nation's sports prediction leader and home for Minnesota Vikings pregame and live prop contests. I know all of you live and breathe Minnesota Vikings football. If you're feeling pretty cocky about yourself and sure of yourself, put your knowledge to the test with free and real money contests. Play against other people every single week. There's new contests every single week. I know this is the app for you. One Bar knows it's the app for you, and there's nothing to lose. First $100 risk free.
Do it. Hit this link right here, and it'll walk you right through it. But let's talk Cowboys at Vikings. Lupagus, are the Cowboys officially the best team that the Vikings have played this year?
You know, they could be. I think I still have to go with the Arizona Cardinals, but I'm not so sure if the Cardinals and Cowboys played that the Cowboys wouldn't walk away victorious in that game. They got explosive offense, best offense in the NFL, and a very good defense, underrated defense, I would say. So definitely second best. And I'm not so sure who wins that game, the Cardinals and Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're the scariest team that we've faced. Cardinals, I guess we got to give them the nod, but if I had the choice, I would rather play the Cardinals again.
Yeah, I do too. And I'm not even sure why. Maybe it's just because I don't know. I don't know why. The Cowboys, you look at those two receivers. Dak Prescott being able to escape pressure. You got Zeke Elliott. Maybe that's the difference. They got a real strong running back as well. Maybe the Cardinals, they don't really have that. So maybe we got to worry about all three facets of the offense.
Yeah, and there's a couple of question marks heading into this game. Michael Pierce, Zimmer saying today that they're going to see how practice goes. So he is up in the air. We know Dak Prescott is also up in there. I mean, I think we'd be surprised if he doesn't play.
Yeah, I'm counting on him playing. I'd be shocked. He's had a week to rest that calf. I think we will see him. I talked to Jay Tuck on Scoling. He seemed pretty confident that Dak would play. So, again, you know, last time we played the Cowboys, we lost to Andy Dalton. Last time that we played him against Dak, we won. Mike Zimmer does better against starting quarterbacks than he does against backups.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Let's get to know these Cowboys a little bit, huh?
Well, I mean, the first thing I think we need to look at is, I mean, you already mentioned it. They're coming back pretty healthy. I think the Vikings are getting these guys at kind of a bad time. They're getting Lel Collins back. You've had Dak able to rest up. Zach Martin's going to be healthy. So really, when you look at it, the Vikings are facing a Cowboys team that's going to have more pieces than it's had in the first couple of weeks.
Yes, that's true. But the Vikings could also have some pieces on their own. Dalvin Cook, another off week. If we get Michael Pierce back, we know that's huge. But yeah, I mean, we're catching the Cowboys at probably their perfect time, but why not? I mean, the Vikings are 3-3. This is going to be an upset anyways. If the Vikings win, go big. Let's see what the Vikings got. I think it's regardless of who the Cowboys go out there. It was going to be a tough game anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you definitely want to catch them when they're a little bit wounded, but again, it sounds like they're coming back pretty close to full power here.
Yeah. And we need to, never want to really wish injury on a guy, but if Prescott plays, I hope that thing is not even close to healed. I hope he is a little hobbled. I hope he is slow. We need any upper hand we can get. And we got the boys that can get to him. But if Dak Prescott is out there and he's healthy, I am scared shitless all game. He's gonna light it up.
Yeah, it's scared all game, and also scared if Vikings are somehow up late in the game by one score. You don't want to see that because you know damn well what's going to happen.
Yeah, because I mean, Cowboys scoring the most points in the league right now. Their defense is better than it was last year. I don't think it's still overly fantastic against the run. They're right up there, but against the pass, they're giving up a ton of yards in the air. So Vikings could come out, and like you said, there could be some fireworks. This could be a very high-scoring game.
Yeah, I fully expect to be 100% expect that to happen. I think it's going to be one of these games that are back and forth. And maybe the last team with the ball is going to have winning this thing. So hopefully that is the purple. Cowboys, Vikings, there's some shared history. We got some revenge games going on. I think we need to talk about that.
We do have some revenge games. We got Jaron Curse who I'm not a very big fan of. When he left the Vikings, he had a little saltiness towards the Vikings, so he can kiss it. He had a little stint with the Lions. He's with the Cowboys. It does look like he's getting a handful of playing time, though.
He's having a great season. He's playing very, very well.
I don't know about great.
No, he is. They're using him very versatile. They're using him as a linebacker, using him as a safety. And yeah, he's playing above anybody in the Cowboys organization really expected. So Jaron Kearse has been a pleasant surprise for the Cowboys. Look on the Vikings side, you got Xavier Woods, who, he hasn't really stood out overly positive, hasn't really stood out overly negative. He's kind of just, I think when you're back there playing safety, kind of having a quiet season. I mean, that's not horrible. He's been okay. He's had some big hits that led to penalties. He's had that interception that was good. But I don't think Xavier Woods has been a liability. I know he was not very well liked when he left the Cowboys.
I'll take Woods. I'll take him all day for what we signed him for. So I'm pleasantly surprised with Woods. Quiet is good for me.
And I think the other one you got to look at is also Everson Griffin's revenge game against the Cowboys.
Everson Griffin, what'd they trade him for? Like a bag of peanuts? I mean, the Lions got him for nothing, and then he goes to the Lions and still had a handful of sacks. Griffin's going to come out. He wants to be on the Vikings, but damn it, he was going to show those Cowboys who's boss.
I guess he's already been tweeting at him, so you got to love that from
really?
Everson.
I did not know that.
That's what Jay Tuck told me. He said he's already been mouthing off on Twitter to the Cowboys and their fans. I love that. Everson Griffin's going to be riled up for this one. It might be his best game yet.
I hope so.
Oh, all right. So, yeah, that's pretty much the whole revenge angle. I guess you could look at Mike McCarthy going against the Vikings again, but screw him. Don't want to talk about that guy. And again, are we going to look at that guy a million times during this broadcast? Are they going to do that again to us?
Yes, they will. And the best part is we know Mike McCarthy is going to make, regardless of the score, regardless if they win or lose, he's going to make some real stupid calls, some real bad decisions. And I can't wait to see it because Mike McCarthy is always good for that.
Well, they'll be zooming in on him, and it'll be probably the scariest thing I see all Halloween. He'll fit right in.
He's going to challenge a 3rd and 7 to get it to like 3rd and 6 or something. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, so sticking with the Halloween theme, sticking about scary things, what scares you the most about these Cowboys?
There's a lot of angles we could go here, and I think we're going to talk about a lot of them. I'm not just going to – I'll say one and pass it off to you, but their offense, I mean, it's easy, but CeeDee Lamb, the running game, Zeke Elliott is just back. I mean, he's got 500-plus yards. Not only him, but Tony Pollard. That dude's almost got 400 yards. So they are pounding the shit out of that thing. If they end up putting up a lot of yards on the ground early, keeping our defense out there and our offense off the field, that is very, very scary. And that's not even talking about the receivers yet.
Yeah, and I think that's what worries me the most. I mean, obviously, you worry about Zeke against our run defense, which has not been great. You mentioned Tony Pollard, too, which I think is a great point. But you look at these receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, even some of these, what's that guy's name? I don't know. Those 3rd and 4th guys have been stepping up making some plays. I can't think of the name top of my head, but you look at, we don't have Patrick Peterson, who's been our best corner. Cam Downs is going to probably come and start for him. Mac Alexander in the slot. You got Rashad Breeland out there, who he's been a little bit better lately, but was that more Panthers dropping or not? I don't know. I'm scared to death of this receiving core. And I don't think we can rule out Dalton Schultz either. The tight end who's having a nice little season for himself. So plenty of weapons, with Michael Gallup out, there's still plenty for Dak Prescott to throw to. And I'm worried with not having our corners at 100% strength.
The name is Dalton. Roadhouse. Ever seen it?
A long time ago.
Patrick Swayze. Another thing that's scary about this team is surprisingly, like I mentioned earlier, is their run defense. They are giving up jack shit on the ground. And if they are stopping us on the ground early and often, that is also very scary. I look at this roster. I mean, they got some guys that can definitely get to the quarterback. They got Micah Parsons, who is all over the field, but I'm surprised how good they are against the run. I got to be honest.
Yeah, you look at it. No one really steps out.
Good linebackers.
That rookie also Digzwazwa, and Carlos Watkins. I mean, who are those guys? Micah.
They're guys who can stuff the run, and I'm scared of it.
Yeah, but Micah Parsons having a good season. So this defense, they got pieces here, and like you said, it could be some tough sledding going on the ground.
Tough sledding, but the Vikings could win this game. How the hell are they going to do that?
Well, I think number one, you got to control the clock. You got to keep Dak Prescott off the field. The Vikings need 8-minute drives, get down there, and you have to score touchdowns. You cannot settle for field goals against this offense. The Vikings have to light up that scoreboard, and to me, that's the number one way they win this game. Controlling the clock, keeping Dak Prescott on the sidelines.
Yes, I think the way they win this game is Vikings D is giving up 22.8 points a game. If they can even get it in that vicinity, maybe 25 points, if they can hold Dallas in that range, I think the Vikings are going to be able to put up some points on this defense. I know Trevon Diggs, guy's got 7 interceptions this year, 7 picks and 2 touchdowns. They got some playmakers, but I still think you can take advantage of him. He seems like a guy like Rashad Breeland who just goes for that pick where maybe they could take advantage of that. But it all comes down to the points. The way you say it is they got to keep Dallas off the field. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think there's going to be some quick ass drives, and we're going to have to go tit for tit. There is no chance for error. Jordan Berry cannot be punting it 7 times this game.
Yeah. Clint Kubiak has to take his balls out of his little tighty whities, get aggressive, take some shots down the field. Especially the Cowboys come out, you get the ball early, they score. Then I think you gotta keep match explosion with explosion, go, throwing roundhouses here. And it's going to be an offensive shootout is what this thing would boil down to. Another thing too, I think the Vikings have to win the turnover battle. If you're going to beat Dallas Cowboys, you got to win that. We had a couple close interceptions. Kendricks had another one. He dropped in Carolina. Harrison Smith, I think, has had a couple close ones. Can't hang on to it. So you guys start having some turnovers, force some fumbles. Have some big plays on defense that can swing this thing. And Vikings get a chance to go up by 2 scores. I think that'd be pretty huge. And
let's be realistic. I mean, without Patrick Peterson, if Michael Pierce ain't out there, this win is a game that could definitely sway the season, but it would be a very tough battle for the Vikings to beat them at home.
Oh, it's going to be a tough game, but I do think the Vikings are going to be in this thing right until the end. And I think it kind of brings up our next point. So if they are into it, how they lose this game? What has to happen for the Vikings to lose this thing?
They got to, if Zeke comes out early, we're going to be able to tell real early if he's out there doing this shit, gets on a roll, because when he gets going, he is going. If we can't stop the run, it's over. It's over. We don't have a chance. And not even just, I think they're averaging about 160 yards a game or something, but they don't have to completely shut them down, but they got to keep them 100 yards.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that too. And I think the Vikings also, they can lose this game by, leaving points off the board, missing field goals, going for it on 4th and whatever, and not getting home when they need to. If you're leaving points on the board against this offense, you're going to be screwed. You're going to get behind to the point where it's going to be too hard to catch up. So stopping Zeke, I think, is going to be huge, and also just cash in on the opportunities you have.
They got to bring the house early too. They got to see what's going on with Dak, see if he's a little slow, and just get creative on defense, get up in his ass and put him on the ground. Get a couple late penalties. I don't give a shit. Put him on the ground.
I don't want purposely try to take the guy out, the poor guy out.
Make sure
he's
he's
a really good guy. There. Seems like a really good leader, a good guy you want to rally around.
All right, that's great. That's great.
Really seem to like him. Noah Brown and Cedric Wilson, the 2 other receivers who tend to come up big in spots. So I don't think you can overlook those guys.
All right. Bold prediction time?
I think so. And I kind of already gave mine away, but I'm going to let you go first.
Well, you're ready for my bold prediction? I can't wait. And make sure to come back Saturday when we actually do our game predictions. But my bold prediction after this game, remember, it's got to be bold. After this game, Kirk Cousins will officially be on the radar for NFL MVP.
Wow. I don't think mine's bold, but I don't have anything else.
Well, that's why it's called a bold prediction.
I think this game is going to come down to the final play. Is that bold enough? It's going to come down to it. I don't know what the Vikings going for a field goal or going for the end zone, or the Cowboys.
Vikings do that every game. It's every game that happens.
It's going to come down to that last possession, that last play, that final second. Will not be decided until there's 0-0-0 on the 4th quarter. Halloween is going to come down to a riveting and hopefully not a heartbreaking end.
All right. Well, in the comments, everybody watching needs to put a bold prediction, because Lupagus forgot to bring his bold prediction today.
I think that was bold.
Every Vikings game comes down to the end.
Not everyone.
Yeah, they do.
Seahawks didn't.
Last year they did.
I'm not talking about last year. Talking about this year.
All right. Let us know in the comments your bold predictions. Remember, subscribe. Let's get to 4,500. Hit up our Patreon link, and definitely hit up the WinView Games link right there.
Yeah. And if you haven't, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Should be.
All right. Well, don't be ashamed by knowing this little fact. Ants nod to each other as they pass by.